The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it's Saturday, and you know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, and of course, FedEx. It should be Amazon this week, and more on that a little bit later. And then, of course, that old outlaw, Waylon Jennings. And we also talk the toy news of the week. We wrap it all up into a ball, and we do call it weekly purchases. And we always start weekly purchases off with the week that was here on the channel. A ton of videos, as you're accustomed to. And man, if you're a Patreon supporter, you got about 30 Jack's Classic Superstars videos this week. I don't know if it was that many, but pretty close. A lot of stuff going over on the Patreon, and more about that later as well. But this week on the channel, we started unboxing videos that have been on the Patreon for a while, but we're talking Storm Collectibles, Golden Axe figures, Tyrus Flare, Axe Battler. We're going to get into the skeletons. A lot going on in Golden Axe and Storm Collectibles, so we did some of those videos this week on the channel. We also took a look at some Gremlins 2 figures, 2 different packs from Gremlins 2 and, of course, NECA. We unboxed a Holy Grail wrestling figure item this week. I talk about it in the video, but it was a long game unboxing for me. And now I am 100% official. I have every Mattel Elite figure that has been made, officially released, loose in my collection. That Macho Man, been a long game. Finally unboxed that one. Very cool. Check out that Macho King. I gotta feel that's gonna have an ultimate release one of these days. Gotta think in 2023 sometime we're gonna get an ultimate Macho King. Just has to happen, I have to think. So we did that one. We also did our weekly top 5. We did a bit of a deep cut one, but a guy that doesn't get the due he really does deserve. One of my favorite Giants of all time, and probably a lot of you guys, that's what I heard in the comments. Big John Studd top 5. You know, we can't always do the heavy hitters. You got to get to everybody eventually, and a Big John was a good one. Very underrated in the action figure game as well. Big John Studd top 5. Talked about Jack's Class Superstars. We did our weekly unboxing of those. Working our way to unbox the entire series. Tons and tons. I think if you're a Patreon member, you're caught up all the way till like November 2022. That's how far ahead we are in those Jack's Classic unboxings. So check out those on the Patreon too if you want to get way ahead on those like some of the Patreon members. We unboxed the Lady J retro carded G.I. Joe. Gosh, what a disappointing set. Just so many damaged figures. Then that Lady J that we unboxed there, I started playing around with it, moving around. Her leg is hanging by a thread. It's about ready to break off. Some quality control issues, definitely packaging issues. A lot of unexpected surprises and disappointment and heartache and disappointment with that G.I. Joe line, unfortunately. I hate to say that because you guys know me. I love the old G.I. Joe for sure. We also unboxed Koldar, the Mattel Creations figure. We all remember that one. HBK and Macho Man Ultimate Editions. We did unbox both of those here on the channel. Thanks to Dougie out there helping me out. I have not got mine. I did get another Macho Man. We'll talk about that in a bit. But HBK, the Ultimate Edition HBK, I still owe him one in return, and then I'm looking for my mint one. Well, Amazon's playing a lot of crazy reindeer games right now. My package was delayed. It's been delayed again. Today is Friday when I film weekly purchases. It says it will be here by the end of the day, or else they're going to give me a refund. So things are not looking good in the HBK department for old Kyle. Hopefully that comes back on the Amazon website because I'll probably have to reorder. Ooh, dangerous times with Amazon right now. So more to come on that. Hopefully next week I'll say, hey, I did get that. We'll see what happens. We also unboxed Hammerhand and Tigra from Thundercat's Ultimate Edition, the latest Ultimate Wave. And once again, I keep saying this, more on that a little bit later as well. So we did do those, and then a few other videos as well. But of course, we did our action figure hunt trip. We did the figure hunt of the week, and I had to go to Nebraska for work this week. So I spent a couple of days in Nebraska doing some tours and some things for work, but also hitting some stores as I do. You got to see some of the filming there. And I actually bumped into a Suncoast store, which I thought went extinct in the early 2000s, but no, there's still a few left in the country. That is one of the few. It's basically an FYE with Suncoast graphics, but still pretty cool. A trip back in time, very nostalgic. It'd be like me walking to a Toys R Us right now, I guess, again. Maybe one of these days, hopefully on the channel, we'll get up to Canada, we'll hit a Toys R Us. Wouldn't that be something? So we got that in the figure hunt. You can saw what I found in Nebraska. Tons of new stuff hitting the store shelves right now as we speak. Make sure you're hitting your Walmarts and Targets. Reset season is upon us. A lot of new stuff for you out there. We also did a video this week on David Display's Model Behavior. If you're familiar with that YouTube channel, he invited me on as a guest talking about 5 desert island action figures. You guys, longtime viewers, probably know where those went. But check out his channel. Check out that video out there and tell him old Kyle sent you. So check that one out as well. So now let's dive into some other stuff this week. We'll dive into the toy news, but first, wanted to remind you guys, we're in, I believe, week 3 of the MLC Facebook group giveaway. They are doing a giveaway coordinated with this channel, right here that you're watching. All you gotta do is put a comment down in the comment box below in this very video that says MLC, and then check out the MLC Facebook group, sign up. Of course, when they ask for your approval, say, hey, I watched Kyle's YouTube channel, and man, you're off to the races. So check that one out. If you want to get a $60 store credit to the Nerdzoic toy store, that's all you got to do. So very, very cool there. And then, of course, got to mention August Patreon giveaway. Of course, part of the perks of the Patreon, early content, bonus content, exclusive content, and, of course, monthly giveaways over there. And like I said, you got about 50 videos that aren't on YouTube over there on Patreon and counting on a daily basis. But our giveaways for August, you got to be a $10 supporter and above, but you get entered in to win Walmart exclusive Andre the Giantess Bigfoot, ringside exclusive Hollywood Hulk Hogan. This is the August giveaway, so make sure you're a member of the Patreon and you'll be off to the races on those two. So now let's dive into some news, and once again, pretty quiet in the news front in the toy game. A lot of quietness going on. I gotta think things are gonna ramp up, I should say. Probably Hasbro PulseCon here in about 2 months. That should be a lot of big news out of that. Gotta think we're gonna get some more AEW news in September. But just a few things trickling out here and there. But one thing I want to tell you guys, like I said, start hitting those Walmarts. Undertaker, Ultimate Warrior, WWE Superstars line. Hitting stores right now. Walmarts are hitting all over the place. Fingers crossed, maybe next week's weekly purchases we'll find some of those. Remember, Taker and the Ultimate Warrior are shipping in their own pack of 6. So I don't think these are going to be the hardest things to get. I've saw with my own eyes, and you saw it in the figure hunt video this week, Hulk Hogan is starting to get out there in pretty good numbers. Got to think Warrior and Taker are going to be the same way. A little patience goes a long way, as we always say as well. A little more wrestling figure news this week from the Russia Ringmasters line. They did officially announce, and this really got my interest, we got Fonzie. Of course, Fonzie, ECW manager, old Bill Alfonso, former referee, Sabu, Rob Van Dam's manager in ECW. We're getting him in their new Extreme Ringmasters Extreme line, which is basically the old school ECW OSFTM figures, reimagined, reborn, getting figures that we didn't get that we are going to get now in that same style. Man, I'm here all day for this one. Sign me up, and twice on Sunday, as I always say. I need Fonzie to go with RVD and Sabu. Hard part here is, you guys know I have a complete ECW Min on card and loose set. I think old Kyle needs 2 Fonzies. I think that's what's going to happen. Pre-order coming very soon, but they showed kind of the digital render. We'll see how this goes, how this ends up looking, what the price point is, all that kind of stuff. We'll keep you up to date, but very, very cool line for ECW fans like myself from back in the day, or modern day ECW fans if you just got into the brand. But very cool. My excitement is there for Fonzie. You know I'm a day one buyer on that bad boy. So more to come as we get it with that. We also saw Big Bad Toy Store coming in hot. Use the link in the description of this very video to support the channel. Go through that link when you buy your Big Bad Toy Store stuff, and it kicks back to say I watch Kyle Peterson's YouTube channel, all that kind of fun stuff. But the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Ultimate Edition Super 7 Thundercat Tigra, we got a cool repaint for him. Of course, Tigra could turn invisible. Now we're getting an invisible figure. And I always love these translucent, kind of clear-like figures. And this Tigra, obviously going to be off the same Tigra mold. But very cool idea, and a very cool idea as an exclusive. And like I said, Big Bad Toy Store is where you can find this one out. So check it out. Link in the description below. But very, very cool there. We also saw the Marvel Legends team have some announcements this week, and kind of officially announcing some things and officially saying where things are going, things like that. We did see the brand new Spider-Man box set coming to Amazon, as we always see every year. Last year there was a Wolverine pack, there was a Defenders pack. There's been a few different packs between San Diego Comic-Con, Amazon. A lot of them are falling into Amazon, it seems, even in the Mattel wrestling space, as we know, and AEW 2 packs as well. But we got a one box set coming here of Spider-Man villains. It's like the CD troop of villains, kinda. We're getting Molten Man, a lot of reuse with that one. Silvermane, one I've always wanted. I know a lot of people have made their own custom Silvermane. I never have, so I'm really good with the Silvermane figure. A purplish Spider-Man, kind of a smaller Spider-Man. I'm not sure what to think about that one. We're getting Razorback that we saw at San Diego Comic-Con. We're seeing the Human Fly that we saw at Comic-Con. So some deeper cut villains all thrown into a pack with a Spider-Man, which does make sense. Man, I'm here for this one. This will be an interesting one. It'll be interesting to see what the price point is. I gotta think $125. It is going up for pre-order next Tuesday. Now, here's the little secret on this one. I'm looking around, making sure nobody's listening. I know my dog Ace and Lemmy are down here listening, but they're okay. They're safe. They're safe room, just like you guys. Here's the thing. You don't want this pack, pass on it. You want it, pick it up. But here's my pro tip. I'm not going to follow this advice, but you guys should follow this advice. Wait a little bit. Once that does hit, we know what happens on Amazon around the holidays. What happens on Amazon on Prime Day. Sets like this get cut 40-50% in price. So if you're kind of on the fence on this, wait, get yourself a deal. Got to get a deal all day long. I say it all the time, and it is true. This is one of those sets that will go down and go into deep discount territory. How patient can you be? How long of a long game can you play? That's my pro tip on this set, because it's not your hardcore heavy hitter villains. It's not a heavy hitter Spider-Man. It's the C and D list, but you got to have some of those guys in your setup. You definitely do. Just get a deal on them. That's my recommendation. But if you can't wait, if you really need this, get them on Tuesday. That's what you got to do. We also saw the What If wave officially announced and officially up for pre-order right now at all the fellow retailers. How about Entertainment Earth this time? Of course, link in the description below. They have fixed the Entertainment Earth link for me. Apparently, there was issues. I was having issues with it. They finally got the bugs fixed. And if you put in discount code Kyle, it asks for a code, it will give you 10% off all in-stock items. That's a heck of a deal. So 10% off everything in stock in Entertainment Earth. Just use the link in the description below, and then use code Kyle. And then you can also get free shipping with that on orders over $39. A heck of a deal out there. And that's going to save me personally a ton of money this year, because a lot of stuff goes into stock. Why pre-order? Because all these Marvel Legends waves, things like this, they're going to go to Entertainment Earth eventually. Wait till it hits hot off the truck. They have a hot off the truck sign on their page. Once it's hot off the truck, guess what? Save 10% just like that. That's the way to do it. Got to get a deal, especially in these inflation times. Got to get a deal. That's what I'm saying all day long. But we saw Howard the Duck, Zombie Scarlet Witch, Zombie Iron Man, Loki, Red Skull, He Who Remains, and then Jimmy Woo one. A lot of people are wanting that Jimmy Woo figure. You can put it with your Rock figure if you're a fan of Young Rock too. And that's going to be the Kenoshu Build-A-Figure. Now, Kyle is behind on his TV watching. Miss Marvel and Moon Knight, I haven't even cracked open yet. I have not even got that far. So I'm hoping one of these days, soon, hopefully before She-Hulk in a couple of weeks, I can get those knocked out. I don't know when, though. I have no time. I have literally no time in my life to stop and smell the roses, and we got to get some of that. But I am going to take a couple days off next week. We'll see what happens with that. Kids going back to school, all that kind of fun stuff. Got to get ready for that. Got to go to the dentist, eye doctors, all that kind of fun stuff. Oh, just what a time to be alive. But yeah, very interesting Build-A-Figure wave. I don't know, the last What If wave, you look on Amazon right now or anywhere else, you can get a lot of these guys on clearance. Will this wave have the same fate? Have to believe it probably will, outside of maybe a character here or two like usual, because guess what? It's a higher price point. If the last one didn't knock everybody's socks off, I don't know if this one will either. So truth be told, you might be able to play a little long game on this bad boy set as well. So we'll see what happens. But we got some new stuff coming from the Marvel Legends team, which is always fun, of course. And that's really it on the news of the week. Not a lot else going on. We did see a listing on Jazzwares on Amazon. It seems the next AEW Unrivaled 2-pack exclusive is going to be Darby Allin and Sting. No word exactly what those look like. No glamour shots of those yet, but hopefully not just straight up like repaints. Hopefully it's a little bit different. Much like the Young Bucks. Hopefully without the staining. That would be nice, but that was announced. But besides that, I don't really have anything else in my notes at all. Not a lot going on. So how about we do Album of the Week? Yes, Album of the Week this week comes from a local band around me that's making a name for themselves. I've seen them in a club, a small bar with like 5 people. I've seen them in bigger shows, opening up for one of my favorite bands of all time. Of course, that is Clutch. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the band Telekinetic Yeti. Doom, stoner, kind of rock, metal, fuzzed out. Just a 2-man band. That's all you need sometimes. Very cool. If you've never heard Telekinetic Yeti, check them out. Definitely worth a listen. Very doom-oriented, fuzz, kind of stoner rock, stoner metal, whatever you want to call it. Very cool, and guys from the local scene, making it big, touring the country, all that kind of fun stuff. Their brand new album just launched called Primordial. So check that one out. Check out their last album as well. And you'll be off to the races with Telekinetic Yeti. So without further ado, now let's get down to it. Let's get down to the weekly purchases. All right, let's get down to business. Let's get down to the weekly purchases. Kind of a middle of the road week, I would say, this week. Next week, though, should be a big one. We got a lot of stuff that theoretically should be through the door, so stay tuned for that. I did get something in the mail this week from Patreon supporter, channel member Andrew out there thinking of me. He did have this. He sent my way a little Terry Funk card action. Very cool. Of course, you guys know I love Terry Funk. More Terry Funk in this very video, so thank you, Andrew. He also sent me this patch, an Oakland A's patch. Of course, we're all Oakland A's fans. Everybody is an Oakland A's fan. We know that. A lot of our action figures are fans of the Oakland A's, as well as we've seen in a lot of the toy unboxings and reviews over the last couple of years. But this A's patch is very cool. I might put this on my new dog Ace's harness. He's got a harness kind of when you take him on a walk, and I think I can get this on there. So Ace, going to represent the Oakland A's like we all should. We all should, of course. David C. Anderson, good friend of the channel as well. He gave me a little gift ski this week, a little major pod card. Very, very cool at the old Jeremy Padower. As you guys know, I got a huge room of Classic Superstars. We do a video every Tuesday. Jeremy Padower, the guy that brought us the Classic Superstars line, of course. So very, very cool for him to gift ski me that. So thank you, David C. Anderson, for that one. Now we get down to a few other things. I did pick this up off of other Patreon supporter, old Sambro out there, good brother of the channel since the very beginning. He had this for sale. I said, I'm going to swoop in. I need this bad boy. Not a big micro brawler guy, as you guys know, but Abdul the Butcher, a favorite of mine, of course, had to pick this one up. Going to put him next to my Terry Funk micro brawlers, but very, very cool. Abdul the Butcher micro brawler through the door. And then how about a little Lucy action? Old Kyle getting ahead of himself, making some mistakes, of course, in his Classic Superstars. I thought I had a Ken Shamrock Classic Superstars loose. I swear I still do. I have no idea where it is. I must not have one because I know where pretty much everything is at all times. So unless a ghost took it, I have no idea what happened to it. So I ended up picking up another loose Classic Superstars Ken Shamrock this week. If I find the other one, it's not a bad thing. Nobody can ever have too many Ken Shamrock figures. One of the greatest of all time, of course, Ken Shamrock. So I did get that this week. I did get a couple other Classic Superstars this week. The Shop Zone exclusive Classic Superstars Hardy Boys 2-pack. Got these guys loose. Millions and millions of Hardys in this style, as we know, in the Ruthless Aggression era. But Classic Superstars are what these are technically. I said, you know what? Gotta have loose. Would rather buy a cheaper loose set than pay 3-4 times the amount for the box set. Don't want to open up that box set one. I'll go this way, and that's exactly what I did. So we got Jeff and Matt Hardy as well. And then, as you guys know, I'm working on some deluxe Classic Superstars figures, and I got the old Nature Boy Ric Flair. I can't believe I didn't have this one before, but I got Nature Boy. I believe that was Classic Superstars, Deluxe Classic Superstars Series 2, Ric Flair, and then Series 8, the final one, Chainsaw Charlie, of course, Terry Funk, an all-time favorite of mine, as I said earlier. And we got more Terry Funk talk later in this video. It's all coming up Funker today. But Chainsaw Charlie, Terry Funk. We're getting the Elite one just a couple more months. Very excited for that as well. So a little bit of the old school Lucy portion of weekly purchases. Now we're going to dig into a few other things here. Talked about this at the top. We unboxed and redid the review on this week. Of course, Koldar from the Masters Universe Origins. I got 2 of them, a mint on card one and one to open. As you guys know, I'm all in on 2 on the Masters Universe Origins set. So I got that one this week. Also got another Hasbro Pulse order. Marvel Legends, of course, X-Men the Animated Series, Jean Grey. So we'll probably unbox this on the channel this week, so stay tuned for that one as well. Always enjoy those. Those are a very interesting line for somebody like me, and it's an interesting line throughout, because a lot of people, as I always say in the reviews for these, people complain about plastic-free packaging, but really no complaints on this packaging. So it goes to show you that if you do it right, maybe the hardcore fan base won't complain. So obviously there's nitpicks with everything, but that's an interesting study for sure, right there. I just went to Target just recently, just like an hour before I started filming weekly purchases, and what did I come across out there? The old Fifth Brother Inquisitor Black Series right there. Didn't have him yet, so I picked that one up. And then I also needed one more, just one more, Figrin Dan. Picked him up as well. Now, you probably said, Kyle, last week, literally last week on weekly purchases, you said, I'm playing the long game on these Black Series figures. I'm taking my time. I'm waiting. I'm going to get a deal. Well, that's true. And these just hit the store shelves. But guess what? Kyle got a deal. He got a deal. For whatever reason, I don't know, maybe Target still thinks I'm a college student. I'm not exactly sure. But I got a card via Target Circle for $10 off a $40 or up order. No idea. Of course, these two were $50. I got $10 savings. So I saved $5 technically on each one, making them down to the old Black Series price point. Gotta get a deal, and that's exactly what I did on those two, so I felt pretty good about myself. I passed on the Darth Vader, so I'm sticking to my rules here. Saw Darth Vader there too. Said, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna get a deal, that's what I'm gonna do. But got these two through the door, so I was happy about that. And then speaking of the deals, could be the gotta get the deal of the week going on right here. Amazon had a hot deal on the Cobra Bat, $14.99, I believe, or it was $12.99, $14.99, something like that. I swooped on in. You guys know I had to have some more bats. Army building to the next degree, I guess. But I got one bat. I got two bats. I got three bats. I got four bats. And that's all the bats I got. But might as well call me Dracula at this point. I got four more bats, and I think I have four, so that'd be 8 total bats. I think I'm good. We know we have a repaint coming in the Python Patrol line. I don't know if I need 8 of those, but we'll see what happens. All right, continuing on with a few other things this week. How about, or one more thing before we get to round 2. Of course, Ultimate Edition Mania, old David C. Anderson found a full case of these and helped out a bunch of local collectors. Doing God's work out there, old David C. Anderson. Look at that. Look at that action. So I got my mint on card Macho Man Randy Savage Ultimate Edition. I'm going to try to play a long game. I feel like I need 3 of these. We'll see what happens. But I do got my 2. I am done with that. Hopefully Amazon comes through and does not disappoint me, but I'm not going to hold my breath on this. Hopefully I get the Shawn Michaels Ultimate, because I need my mint on card one there, and you can no longer buy it on Amazon. Ooh, scary times. Scary, scary times. So there's round 1 of weekly purchases. Let me move some stuff around. Let me get ready for round number 2. All right, let's do round 2 of weekly purchases here, and we got a few other things, and this one comes from the land down under. Yes, I'm talking about Australia, and Australia, you're the only place really in the world I want to visit. I'm not one for traveling. I'm not one really for vacations, really, going places, but one place I've always wanted to go since I was a little kid. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it's because my first wrestling figure was Outback Jack. Maybe that is it. I don't know. But one of these days I'm going to go to Australia, and we'll see what happens. And I'll let you guys know if that ever happens. But we're going here to Australia for the next weekly purchase, and we're going all the way to Junk Shop Dog's house. Yes, you heard me right, Junk Shop Dog. Of course, he is making modern versions of Popies. Of course, the Japanese wrestling figure. A lot of people say the first ever wrestling figures are ever made. Making modern day versions of these to kind of go along with the line. Very, very cool. Of course, we had the Bruiser Brody one on the channel many moons ago, but I did get my shipment in from Australia from the old Junk Shop Dog. And what did I get? Well, I got a little Road Warrior action. You guys know I had to get that. Had to get Hawk and Animal, the old Road Warriors, the old Legion of Doom. You guys know I'm all in on the LOD and the Brothers in Paint. Had to get these two, so I got these two through the mail this week. And then that's not it. Oh, I told you there was more Terry Funk to come. You knew I had to have this one. Old Terry Funk right there, Popey style. How cool is that? Very, very awesome. And we're not done. I had to get the variant Terry Funk, the bloody version of Terry Funk. You know that. Had to get both versions of Terry Funk via Junk Shop Dog. I believe these are still for sale. I wouldn't be shocked if Terry Funk is sold out by now, but I had to pick those one up right away when those went up for sale. I might even do a video on these, but they're very cool because you can open them and put them back in. We might do a little unboxing video, maybe put all 4 in there, do a quick little video to see what all the fuss is about, so stay tuned for that. My travels this week, I found a couple other things. A little clearance deal out there. I did get Road Dog for $5.99. Now, I forgot I didn't get a second Road Dog. I wanted to get one where I take off all the gear here and I can put him in his old school New Age Outlaws. I just need to find a shirt, a soft good shirt for him that he wore during the New Age Outlaw days. Maybe I need to go to a Threadhead or something like that. If somebody's got a link, put me in the comments down below. I need to find a little shirt for old Road Dog, but very, very cool. $5.99, got to get a deal all day long. Can't really pass up many Elites for $5.99 if you ask me. On my travels this week, I did find the Walmart exclusive. Talk about flashback action. Old Azrael, I believe Nightfall, right? Yeah, Nightfall. From the Nightfall storyline of Batman, one of the few Batman comic book lines I collected back in the day with Bane breaking Batman's back. Oh, what a time to be alive that was. This just is 90s nostalgia. If you collected during that time, you remember the Mad Dash hunt for Azrael back in the day. Everybody wanted that figure. So I had to pick that one up. I found that at Walmart. This is a Walmart exclusive with the new modulars. And then you saw me kicking around the idea on this one forever. I need to ask my dad if he needs one, and our local Target has about 5 of them. But one of my dad's favorites, along with Hawkman, is the Martian Manhunter, and I always like this Martian Manhunter. Give me more Super Friends-styled DC McFarlane figures like this. This is good smoke and mirrors into a Superpowers, Kenner Superpowers line. That's what we need in this scale. Honestly, you guys, a lot of people have made comments on my video and asked me back and forth about that new small Superpowers Walmart exclusive line. I unboxed it on the channel. The hottest of hot garbage. The hottest of hot garbage. Avoid at all costs. Unless you're keeping them on card, even at that, I would be a little bit leery. But on card or nothing. That's what I'm saying with that line. I am totally out. I was very disappointed in that line for sure. This, not so disappointed in. I'm all in on a little Martian Manhunter action. Then we got one more thing this week, and this one comes from NECA. What is it? It is Michelangelo the Mummy. We finally continue on with this Universal Monsters crossover. I should have, I believe, Leonardo next week, so stay tuned for that as well. We'll probably unbox this on the channel this week as well. But the Mummy through the door, very, very cool idea, of course. Really throwback to the old days. I know Michelangelo wasn't the Mummy, but very, very cool. We'll unbox this on the channel as well. So there it is, a middle-of-the-road week, like I said, on weekly purchases. But how about you? Did you have the week of a lifetime? Did you get nothing? You were in the middle like me? Let me know in the comments what you picked up this week. And, of course, like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell, and don't forget about the Patreon. We talked about the giveaways, but you also get bonus content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. And best of all, you do support the channel over there on Patreon. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, all kinds of shirts over there for you to take a look at. Back to school, get your kids some back to school shirts. There you go. And if you're not going to get mine, like I always say, get a Terry Funk t-shirt, because why wouldn't you? Everybody needs a Terry Funk shirt in their wardrobe. Also, you can follow along on social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and like I said, ProWrestlingTees.com. We're dangerously close to 19,000 subscribers here on the channel. We'll have to think of our next top 10. I'm thinking about going outside the box for the next top 10, something we have never done. And then we start the march to 20,000 subscribers, and I need your help. If you got a friend, tell them to subscribe, I guess. But we'll have to think of something big for 20,000. And I feel like we got to do a big giveaway of some sort on 20,000. Maybe it'll be Kyle cleans out his doubles closet, and you guys, here's 50 figures, and I'm just going to give them to one person or 50 different people. I don't know, more to come. Have to think on that one a little bit, but make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not. So with further ado, I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into the weekend, and I'll see you guys all real soon.